it's broken.
Is
Hey, it's not broken.
it? There we
Woo!
are. Oh my God, Nubicans again. Looks magnificent.
Hello, everybody.
Hi there.
Let's get my Moogle in view.
Of course.
My friend didn't work.
Can't do it without him.
My friend didn't work hard on that thing for nothing. What's up, chat and people? Hello.
How are you, world?
How's everybody doing? BSB, how are you?
I'm doing well. I recently suffered through Sifu, and not because it's a bad game, but because it's a hard game. It's
You got the plat. I
I
saw
did get
that.
the platinum. I got it this morning.
Don't you
Feeling very good about it.
don't you have to beat the game under age 27 to get that?
Under 25.
25?
So you need to get through all 5 levels without losing no more than 5 years of your life. I managed to make it through at 24, but it took me a while. I was working on it a good chunk of the last night, a good chunk this morning, and I finally did it. And it felt like there's 2 endings in the game, and both of them are pretty cool. Both of them are pretty cathartic. But I felt like a kung fu master. I did. I don't think I've ever played a game that more feels like actually learning something, because when I started playing it, it felt impossible, and now it's like really pretty easy. Like getting the platinum was not easy, but it just feels like, oh, I know how this works. This is fine. So
Yes, I
it was a really
understand
good game.
chakras.
Exactly. Yeah, I now am a kung fu master. I neo plugged the back of my head and I downloaded it all, and we're good to go.
Excellent.
Besides that, what have I been playing? I checked out Cyberpunk now that it got its update, and it's looking really, really pretty on the PS5. I don't know if I'm gonna do a whole nother playthrough right now with so much stuff coming out, but but yeah, it's gorgeous. It is gorgeous.
So I bought Cyberpunk because it was on sale for the PS5 because I wanted to see what it looked like on the PS5.
Nice.
The only thing I can say is, damn, bitch, you live like this? Playing first-person shooters with a controller is the worst thing I've done in years.
Bro, come on,
It
come on.
sucks! I was like,
I'm so
oh, I'm
used to
gonna
it.
do handguns, I'm gonna pop people in the head like I do on PC. I pull my gun out, I'm like, fuck shit. Fuck,
Listen,
oh my
Thunderhawk,
god.
Cyberpunk isn't a first-person shooter. It's an immersive sim, and that's fine to play
No,
on a controller.
that is a first-person shooter, and it sucks.
You're taking your sweet time, just looking very slowly around the environment, which an analog stick is great for.
No, it's not, because I move it for more than 2 seconds, and I go,
you gotta be real gentle. You gotta be real
oh,
smooth with it. Okay, listen. The dead zone is very, very delicate.
fucking, it sucks. I hate it.
No, I understand. I understand. It's a huge jump for sure in precision and whatnot.
It's terrible.
It's funny because I literally do play like when I walk and move the camera and stuff. I play it as if I were walking around and stuff. So I'm moving the camera like really like minutely and stuff like that. And when I play on PC, the amount of precision it affords me then makes me feel like I'm some kind of robot walking around like
See, like
my head just bobbing everywhere.
my DPI on my mouse is like astronomical. So like I
Hmm.
barely move and like my head's gone on a 360 degree.
Oh, that sounds nice actually.
It
Just
is.
like, ooh, just moving your wrist just a little bit,
Yeah, it's nice.
looking around.
Fuck, I can't. I have to. I was gonna go pistols. I can't. I can't aim. I can't do it. I gotta whip out an assault rifle and just mow everything down. It's so painful.
Great.
Whoop. That's
Do a
not good.
stealth playthrough now.
1 second. Discord's having a heart attack.
Discord. I've
Why?
heard Discord's having problems.
There we go. We're back.
We back.
Sorry about that.
But yeah, apparently stealth is more viable this time because they fixed throwing knives. I never invested in that, so I didn't know it was a problem to begin with.
I
But
didn't know
apparently it's
throwing
much
knives
better
were
now.
in the game.
Yeah, that's there's a lot you can do.
They're like, you can get your knives back. I was like, you can throw your knives?
I watched a video about how the game was shit because like the what is it? The brain hacking is broken, and I was like, oh well, I didn't do much of that, so I didn't know.
I've
The
been
guns are too fun.
trying. It's that game's hard. The game's not easy.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because like I don't know. I suck with controller, dude. It's been a
It
humbling
reminds me
experience.
of The Witcher 3 where it is pretty tough in like a weird way. I also play them on usually hard or very hard. Punishing.
Punishing. But yeah, I've also been playing Cyberpunk. Um,
Hell yeah.
what else have I been doing? I don't fucking remember. I just exist.
I can feel it. I've been going back and forth on whether I feel like super into playing video games, like that's all I want to do, or if then I'm like maybe I just like want some dopamine and I should chill out and just give video games like a week-long break. I don't know.
I'm gonna go
I don't
cold
know.
turkey for a little bit, and then when you take that next hit, you're like, oh yeah, that's the good
Exactly. I
shit.
need to take a what are the stoners call it, a tea break? Is that what it is?
I need to do that. It's a good
Yeah.
idea. Oh fuck. Oh shit. 3 a.m. tonight. I will be playing Total Warhammer, and I will be
Nice.
playing that until whenever, forever.
Your body gives out.
That was actually the first game I ever streamed on Twitch.
Wow.
It's Total Warhammer.
How long ago was that?
Oh, 3 years, 2 or 3
Wow.
years. It's been a while.
Been a minute.
But yeah, going back to that should be fun.
I've never touched any of those games, but the name just sounds wonderful.
It's Warhammer. Yeah,
Yeah.
Warhammer's always good. Smashing shit, screaming, blood everywhere. Anything else you want to talk about before we jump into the news?
Is there a news bit about the PlayStation treat codes?
Treat codes?
Treat codes. Yeah,
I
it
no.
sounds. I was telling Polar Bong about this. I just
What
saw
is
it and I was like,
this?
"Oh, this is neat." And then I said the sentence. I was like, "PlayStation is giving away PS5s with treat codes," and she's like, "What?" And I was like, "I don't know either." So I had to look into it. So it's a play on cheat codes, which I didn't pick up at first. Uh, we've been away from cheat codes for so long that I didn't get the reference
Zoomers
until I
are like,
looked it
what's
up.
a cheat code? Is that
Exactly.
like
So
hacking?
apparently it's going until March 7th. PlayStation is going to just be showing 14 different combinations of PlayStation buttons, which are treat codes. And then you enter them on the PlayStation website, and they enter you for a chance to win for free, not the chance to buy like they were doing, the chance to win a PS5. So here, like a criminal or like an insane person, I I got one of them. Just like back in the old days,
Oh
I
fuck,
have
it's
buttons written down on a napkin
2005.
here, right? L2 triangle, R1 circle, L1 X,
You're at the
left right R2
library with a
square.
notebook. You got your fucking sitting in the middle of a Kroger
Yeah,
and
man.
whipping out the cheat code book.
Or buying a used game and finding that note paper strip in there
Oh, that
full
was
of the
the
cheat
greatest.
codes.
It's like, oh my god, a scholar was here before me.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently this just started today, I believe. So be on the lookout. Apparently they're going to be appear everywhere. They're going to be on social media. One of them might be in the Uncharted movie. Horizon Zero Dawn or Forbidden West might have one in it. They said they're going to be like at sports and film and music. I don't know where they're going to pop up, but interesting little ARG, if you will.
Huh. Well, I knew nothing about that. That's entirely new to me.
And then maybe I can God, I would feel like such a lord if I were to have two PS5s. People just bitch and moan all day about not having a
You
PS5.
get
All
shot. I'd
like
be careful.
day and night on Twitter, like here I am, like $70 to my name with a PS5, and I just already feel
Would you
like I
would you
have
sell
servants
it?
and whatnot.
Would you
If I
sell
had
it?
a no, I would have one in my bedroom and I would just lord over everyone. One in the living room, one in the bedroom. Feel like a king.
That's good. At least you wouldn't sink that low. I don't know if I
Of
were.
course not.
I'd probably sell it.
That's understandable.
I
If
have
you
no
don't
morals.
if you're not too hard on the poor scalpies, wouldn't be so bad. $100 finder's fee. $100 on top because this is the special treat code PS5.
When I sold that Xbox I had the dude at UPS call me and he's like, "Bro, I'll buy this for you for whatever you're selling it plus $50." And I was like,
Oh my god.
"I'm not a scalper." And he's like, "What?" And I was like, "Listen, you don't understand. I'm doing this for a purpose. I need
Crazy
PS5
people.
money."
This what did you need an Xbox Series X at launch for so bad? I can understand maybe now, but that you're willing to pay the multiple extra hundreds of dollars.
He was gonna pay me $800 for it.
Crazy people.
Fucking
Crazy people.
insane.
As much as I like both systems, I would not pay over MSRP for them.
I didn't. I refused to. Well,
Yeah.
technically. I bought the Xbox for retail, sold it for high, and then used that money to buy the PS5.
You did not end up paying over MSRP.
No, I did not.
Magnificent.
It was a convoluted exercise, but I got it.
That's like a really short version of the like trading a toothpick for a mansion. It works the same way, even though it's shorter because one is like a paperweight, and then you get like the best new video game console. It's really cool.
It has games. What was I gonna play on the Xbox? Halo Infinite.
Oh boy.
Oh
At
boy.
least it's optimized for the Xbox, right?
Is it?
It's running better than it ran on my PC. That's for sure. Jesus Christ.
Oh look, a well-crafted level. This runs real well on my computer. Oh no! What happened?
It's like I'm just thinking like of a survival horror game like Resident Evil. Like it runs fine in the mansion, and then you open the door to the courtyard, and the fucking game like
Just explodes.
you can't open any outside door in Halo.
Fucking. They made 10% of a game and then shipped it.
Yeah, I think the rate at which it's retaining players and viewership is indicating that.
We'll remember that. We'll be back there in a minute.
All right.
So jumping into the news. This bit of news is close to my heart. The Warcraft director says the faction war is over. We can't war in Warcraft no more.
Oh no.
So I guess we just craft.
The war is over.
There's better games for that. I don't fucking...
World of Craft.
So they've completely... You can just do everything with everybody now. Which is... not how that game was meant to be.
Yeah, that's one of the pillars of the game design
Warcraft
idea. Like, and then it's like the identity of your characters and the. It would maybe be cool to me if it was part of like some gigantic expansion of the game. If it weren't also dying, to like be a story plot point that happens, but I don't know.
You see, that happened. We quit being dicks to each other, and we fought off a giant god, and then he stabbed a sword the size of Jupiter into the planet, and then we were like, okay, he's dead. I guess we'll just fuck each other again. Immediately, right?
Like
there's a sword the size of a moon sticking out of the planet, and like, I guess we gotta fight each other again. I don't know what to do about this.
Yeah. Realistic.
But that's where you should have ended it. It's
that's a wild bit of news right there.
It's bad. People,
please come back to our game. The war is over. It's all positive now.
People have gotten tattoos. They've named their kids after characters.
Yeah, yeah.
What was it? The fucking lead singer of a heavy metal band got canceled because he called the Alliance players a bunch of expletives.
That's really funny.
And now it's just like, oh, we're friends now.
But yeah, I always thought that was like a cool part of the game. It's part of the game's identity, so it's weird to erase that when you're really hurting.
I'm trying to think of something that would be similar, but I can't. Nothing is as fucking ridiculous as this.
Yeah, I can think of plenty of games like making weird, dumb changes, but none of them that are just like bad for like the game and that it's not the game's DNA.
I guess imagine a Mario game where you don't jump anymore.
I guess plenty of sequels do shit like this, but
yeah,
not live service or ongoing games.
I don't know. Warcraft's been dead to me for a while. I only play on weird private servers, so it's whatever.
There you go.
Blizzard's dead. It's all good.
It's all good.
It's all good. Everything I love is in shambles.
this is how I felt like in the PS3 generation, when just Japanese games were just
And they were all bad or westernized and then bad.
Capcom was like, you know what, we're gonna make Bionic Arm, and we're gonna let Ninja Theory make Devil May Cry now.
We're gonna let
These were tough
Ninja Theory
times.
do anything.
These were tough times.
I wouldn't let Ninja Theory program like an as if statement.
They are redeeming themselves by making thoughtful mental illness games after their Devil May Cry sniper rifle abortion game. So it's okay.
You
We
don't
have
get
to
it.
we have to
You
pull
don't.
through.
No. You. I can't forget that.
Can't forget. Can't let
You
it
can't
go.
undo a baby abortion sniper rifle.
Also, Virgil wore a fedora
And
and was a member of
Fedora.
Anonymous.
See, that's an evolution. I think
Yeah,
that's a logical step.
I like how they put Virgil in a fedora and made him like a 4chaner, like a stereo, like what people think 4chaners are essentially. And
Mm-hmm.
then in the next game, Capcom gave Dante like a dad fedora cowboy hat thing, and then he
So
does a
good,
Michael Jackson dance with it, and it's a
so
weapon.
good. I need to buy
So
five for PS5.
I think that might have, I'm not sure if it was. People joke that it is, but in the PowerPoint presentation that Ninja Theory gave about how they were redesigning Dante, one of the things they said was they didn't want Dante to be gay anymore. Essentially, they showed Dante in his Devil May Cry 4 chaps, and they put it beside a photo of Brokeback Mountain, which was supposed to be disparaging, I suppose. I guess that was supposed to mean
Yes,
like
it
this
was.
is gay,
Mm-hmm.
gay cowboys. And then they Capcom gave Dante a cowboy hat, and he did a Michael Jackson dance, and they made him even more of a gay cowboy. It seems as a response to Ninja Theory. I love it.
I Yeah, I'm glad they did because fuck
Good
Tamim.
stuff. It's a meme, a
Fuck you,
living meme.
Tamim. He doesn't get to outlive that. Speaking of Capcom, there's a mystery
Yay!
clock counting down. We have what, 4 days left?
I think so.
Mystery clock. I was joking. I was like, what if World War III kicks off before the clock ends? Wouldn't
No, don't do that.
wouldn't that be awkward?
Don't do that. I I would bet Capcom bucks. I bet Street Fighter 5 fight money on it being either Resident Evil or Street Fighter.
I hope it's
Street
not
Fighter,
Street
because apparently a
Fighter.
bunch of people are saying it coincides with some Street Fighter event that's going on, and Resident Evil because the font on the countdown clock is like RE Engine game font. So that's my
Maybe it'll
guesses.
be the Resident Evil 4 reveal. Be dope.
That would be a big deal, yeah. RE4 remake. I feel like they would. I guess the countdown makes sense for that because it would be more of a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
They want to like hype up the announcement.
Be sick. I kind of don't.
I
I don't care about Street Fighter anymore.
Yeah,
Five
I don't know
killed
how I
it.
feel about Street Fighter now.
5 killed it. 4 was great. 5 killed it.
It literally revived the franchise, and 5 is like, oh, never mind.
Oh God. Everything about 5 I hated.
You ever think about the intro to the original version of 4? That song.
Dude, 4 was so good.
It was.
Even if they did release like 3 different versions. Ultra
The
Turbo.
opening to
They
4.
did that
Yeah,
with the old ones though, so it's not like it
they
was any
did. It was a series tradition.
Ultra
Wait, the
Turbo
opening to
Hyper
4.
Street Fighter 4 Ultimate.
Yeah, the intro to 4 immediately reminds me of Dragon's Dogma, and the intro you and I have talked about before.
The anime one that
Perfect.
I
Yes.
mod back in every time I play Dragon's Dogma
It's the same
because it's an
energy. Yeah.
injustice. Fucking cowards at Capcom. Leave it in. Leave the anime in.
Leave it in. Be strong.
So we had that big fucking Nintendo Direct news.
That was a
Wow,
really good direct.
that was a fucking excellent Direct. I'm an idiot and didn't put what was in it, but I did make comments, so we can just go back and look at it.
I remember the best.
Chrono Cross. Okay, we're gonna get my mind. Okay, we're going back to the videos. Okay. Sorry, this is scuffed.
I love Scuff.
Okay, so big news, Chrono Cross. Finally.
Woo!
Chrono Cross is happening. It's happening.
It is not the remake as some people were saying.
No, I'll take a remaster. It's fine.
I mean, yeah, I would rather them remaster than remake it. It's great as is.
So
I don't know if
excited.
anybody else thought what I thought when you saw it in the trailer. It looks like shit. Uh, in the trailer,
It
kind of
looks
looks
like
like
Final
shit.
Fantasy IX's remaster.
Yeah, so it's like the backgrounds were mad blurry, and so apparently those are just like some filters that are in the game. And unlike the other Final Fantasy remasters, you can turn that shit off. So
That's very
good to
nice.
go. Good to go.
I'm going to buy it on PC because I bet you someone out there is gonna be fucking nerdy and they will AI upscale that shit.
You're totally right. You're totally
Because
right.
Final Fantasy IX on PC is immaculate.
That's a great idea.
The Moguri mod is so good.
I've seen that. Yeah.
So good. I can't go back.
One
I
of the
can't
only
play
good
it.
things.
I can't play it anywhere else. I have to play it on PC with Moguri mod.
I don't blame you. Or you got to play it on a CRT. You got to play it on a PS1.
Yeah,
With
which
that,
is
that little
impossible.
gray baby controller.
Not possible. Or the Vita. It looks fine on the Vita.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Something about the resolution of the and that size of screen, and then it being well on yours an OLED. That's the good stuff.
I'm sitting on a gold mine. Live a live, live alive, leave a
I've
leave.
said it every way you can possibly say.
I know nothing about it, but people
I just
got
want to say live
excited.
alive.
It looks
That
good.
sounds the best.
The way it's
It
been
does, yeah.
described to me sounds exciting.
It's just ancient Octopath, right?
It's a bunch of random shit going on.
You can be in the future or in the past or in the present, and a kung fu artist or a caveman or a ninja or a lady who is also a ninja.
Doing
Some of that
100%
shit.
caveman speed run.
And it's one of those like HD 2.5s, right?
Yes. It's
Very
got
pretty.
the 2D sprites and then it's got the 3D background sometimes.
I like it.
Very cool.
Put some effort into this one. I'm hoping that comes to
Out
everything
of
else
nowhere,
quick.
too. Like,
Yeah,
I've not. I had before this direct. I had never heard of this game before, at all from anybody.
I had heard of it but hadn't played it. Heard of it because it's just one of those Square games. So
Yeah.
everybody loves those. But I'm hoping it comes everywhere else because Chrono Cross actually was announced for the at the direct, but then they were like, yeah, it's coming to PS4, PS5, PC, Xbox. Uh, Live Alive only
Oh,
announced for Switch.
that's gonna be Switch only. It's got that fucking Octopath technology.
You're right.
They're not
You're
gonna
right.
share that shit.
They did put
Maybe
Octopath
PC.
weirdly on the Xbox. I don't know if it
What?
came to PC, but they haven't put it on PlayStation.
What? Why? What?
Yeah, that was like Square's like, hey, we still know you exist, Xbox. I
The
know we didn't
5
give you Final
Japanese
Fantasy VII
people that own
remake.
Xboxes are like, yay!
Yeah, we know you don't get 7 remake or 16 or 14 or, but
I
hey,
seen
we'll give
a
you Octopath.
I seen a tweet that was some Japanese people were so desperate to play Elden Ring they were buying Xboxes.
Oh my god, it's tough out here.
Because they can't find PS5s, so they're like, fuck it. Phil Spencer's just like, all according to plan.
Play the PS4 version. It's okay.
All according to Keikaku.
That's the best screenshot in all the fan translations.
Keikaku means plan. What else was on that direct? Kirby.
Kirby
Kirby's
looks
a
really
fetish now.
fucking good. Kirby, that's upsetting.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I've seen a lot of images I wish I hadn't.
it's literally called mouthful mode. It can't be much worse. They couldn't have done. ah,
some
People calling it
some
throat goat
kindly
mode.
old Japanese man was like, "It's mouthful. He's got his mouthful. It's funny." And then all the fucking deviants are like, "Yes, he does."
Right, and it's like, well, this can't be misconstrued as sexual. He's like eating a car, and people are like, we get off on cars.
I will suck the shit out of a tailpipe.
There's just no winning. There's no winning.
You can't win. The Coomers are too strong.
I have seen people say that they feel like it's derivative of Odyssey because you throw the hat at shit, and now you have the hat ability.
Yeah, but now
And
it's
and
Kirby,
Kirby's
so
putting
it's
his
cool.
skin. I agree. He's putting his skin around things, and then you get to use those abilities. But it looks very different from Odyssey, especially in like the layout of the game. Odyssey is like Super Mario 64, and this seems kind of like just Kirby but with 3D levels.
Dude, fucking, did you see the village feature?
Yeah, that looks awesome.
You build a whole ass Waddly D town and level it up, and your spells get. What the fuck? This
Different
Kirby game's
levels of
gonna be
abilities.
awesome.
I was gonna say this is like maybe one of the game of the year contenders,
That went
probably.
from yeah, I'll pick it up eventually to I will buy it on launch.
Hell yeah. Like there's like a behind the scenes RPG town feature going on. It's really cool.
It's gonna be fucking sweet. I can't wait. And there's gonna be some crazy Kirby lore.
Yeah,
Kirby lore is always
as
weird.
always. Weird and terrifying.
Kirby lore is like, and then Kirby went fishing with his friend Ralph, and then a cosmic horror beyond the veil is tearing reality apart.
Marx is terrifying. He's the one from like Superstar, and he looks like he's got like a child's face and like a jester's hat, and then his wings. It's exactly the scenario you were saying. He has a kid's face, a jester's hat, and in his wings spans like another universe, and with them he can rend us all asunder and tear the. He can essentially do
Kirby
like the
lore.
conjunction of the spheres from The Witcher.
It's so
But
funny.
yeah, it's fucking insane. I'm excited.
It's so fucking funny. Love Kirby. God, I think one of my earliest memories is playing a fucking Kirby game on the SNES.
The SNES ones are really good.
Dude,
Just
they
about all of
are.
them.
I think most Kirby games are good.
I would agree.
I have trouble remembering a bad Kirby game.
Hard to find a real Kirby miss. There's some that like aren't
The
bangers.
weird free to play
Like,
Kirby
which one
game.
is bad?
The free to play Kirby game isn't great.
Isn't that one like a Smash Bros game? Kinda.
Like
I have no
it's
clue.
like a mobile game.
Oh, weird. Okay.
It's very weird. I don't know. Someone fucked up with that one.
Yeah. But I was really satisfied with the direct, and we get Front Mission remaster, I think, or remake.
Oh yeah, fucking Front Mission. Oh, I love
Very
robots.
cool. Very cool.
They said 2's coming later. 2 was never brought to the
so.
West.
Yeah.
So
you're getting
sick.
your sequel to your Booba Future Sword game.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I pray to God it's not like 2, because boy do I not like 2. I've consulted wizards, I've consulted normies. I'm like, when does this game get good? And they're like, you're playing it wrong. I'm like, what do you fucking mean I'm playing it wrong? This game sucks.
What are you doing wrong, Thunderhawk?
Well, I'm not eating food, which is apparently how you break the game.
Okay.
But, like, that doesn't solve the fact that the game sucks.
Yeah, it's totally understandable. It reminds me of like Final Fantasy VIII, where like I like it, but then
You want to see how you attack?
Go for it.
Are you ready?
That's how you attack?
You have to cancel your attacks by moving.
Oh.
So.
That's not good. I don't like
for
that.
5 fucking minutes. I do this.
We have so many good
and
battle
it's
systems.
not
Why do you have to
dying. I fucking hate Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
I'm gonna have to give it a shot just to see how shitty it is.
Coomers are on some shit. I don't fucking understand it. That game's and there's a gotcha system. So like you don't have weapons, you have blades, and this blade is a waifu.
Yes.
But you can't just you don't earn these through quests. You have to find items that are gotcha chests, and you summon them through gotcha chests. Do you know how many waifus there are?
How many?
Dozens.
And you just hope you get the right one?
You just hope you get a good one.
If you get a duplicate, what do you...
I don't fucking know!
Does your waifu eat the other one?
I don't know! It's bullshit. I think 2 sucks. Which is a shame because I liked the end of 1, and I was excited to get into 2. 2 is just fucking... I hate it.
Xenogears remains the shit. And
yeah.
Chronicles X will come to the Switch one day, perhaps.
I want... People are like, haha, X fans don't deserve anything. And I'm like, as bad as X was, at least I'm not fucking... God, it's so fucking bad. I hate 2. God,
I get Metal Gear Revengeance vibes from X. I haven't played it myself, but it seems like that kind of.
so
You
X
got
is a
music
cool
with.
game for the first 10 hours, and then you have to
Oh,
suffer for the next 15 before they give you giant robots, and then it becomes cool
oh
again.
shit.
When you get the giant robots, it gets cool.
Yeah, looks like you can just like fly around the world in them.
Yeah, yeah, you fly around, you can fucking fight giant monsters. Pretty
Hell
cool.
yeah.
The one of your characters talks about eating the Nopon all the time. She's like, I'm gonna fucking eat that potato. And he's like, no. It's adorable. I love X. X was good. People are fucking stupid.
People got bad taste.
Terrible taste. Three though. Three looks like they brought back what people liked about one, and then they threw two Coomers a bone.
That makes sense.
And they're like,
I can see
yeah,
that.
the cat girl's here too, I guess, but we're not worried about that. And I'm like, yeah, go back to one.
The
If
main
I if
character
I
is
have to
dude.
cancel attacks again, I'm gonna be very fucking mad because it
I bet
sucks.
they'll move away from it. They seem like they can never settle on a combat system, so hopefully they'll have changed from two.
I hope so because I've tried, dude. I've tried. I've forced myself to play 10 hours of this game, and I'm just like, it's not getting any better.
You gave it a shot.
I can't. I have to beat it. I
Yeah.
haven't even unlocked the other booba yet.
I
You
wish
get you
people
get two
would
main booba.
qualify recommending that game to you with it like I like it, but the combat is really shitty. So you would have known. You would have understood.
See, like Xenoblade Chronicles 1 is unironically it gets a good 20 hours in, but I didn't want to throw my controller through the wall playing it.
That sounds like
Whereas,
Final Fantasy 13.
yes, it does. 2 right off the bat is just like, because like before I knew to cancel attacks, I was just sitting there and he's like, uh, I'm like, oh my
I'm just waiting for
fucking
all those
god, what
hits.
is happening?
Yeah.
I'll probably stream it and say expletives the whole time. I don't know. We'll see what
I'll be
happens.
sure to check that out.
We'll see what happens. Moving on. Was there anything else on Nintendo Direct?
Hmm.
Mario Kart, that was
Probably.
cool.
Oh yeah, they're adding every
Fucking
Mario Kart track ever.
48 tracks
$25.
for 48. That's pretty. It's
That's a good deal.
generous.
And then it actually sweetens that too expensive Nintendo Online package as well.
Yes. We're gonna slot in some shit right here. We're gonna bring the last bit of news up here because we're talking about them. Pirate Nintendo products. Nintendo is shutting down the Wii U and 3DS shops next year. They have specifically stated no plans to make content available elsewhere.
I wonder if there's a. Yeah, I'm sure people are making lists right now of what is digitally exclusive on those systems.
Golden
On the Wii U,
Sun,
I'm sure it isn't much.
Golden
What's up?
Sun, Golden Sun 1 and
Golden
2.
Sun.
Um, 1, 2, and 3, I think.
Hmm.
Fucking X, Xenoblade X. Uh, what else? There's not. Man, the Wii U was sad.
It really was, yeah. That's what I was saying. Like, I figured with the Wii U, most of the games that were available digitally would have also been available on console, and it didn't get many digital exclusive games, but there were a few. There was one really weird four-player like Left 4 Dead. We're trying to make a Left 4 Dead game with Namco. I almost called them Namco
Was it
Banda.
Zombie U? Is
Namco.
that what you're talking about?
No, it was four players and it was third person, and I think it was called like Project Treasure. It was really weird.
I've never heard of
But
that.
I actually had Zombie U, and I also have it now on PS4 because they ported it because nobody had a Wii U. But yeah, for the 3DS, I feel like there's going to be a lot of stuff that you can't go buy a card of it.
Yeah,
They'll only
Shin
have that
Megami
on the
Tensei.
eShop. Hmm.
Like fucking what? How many? They've had like 4 or 5 SMTs on that thing.
Yeah.
SMTs, the Majora's Mask and Ocarina. Well, those are coming to Switch Online.
Why don't they? Yeah, why don't they just put an emulator on the fucking Switch and let it play
Why don't they just let us
3DS
play?
games?
No, fuck you. That's why. How
Got
dare
a
you?
touch
How dare
screen.
you? Shut up.
If you buy a second Switch, we'll let you do that because then you'll have two screens to lay them down on a table beside each other.
God, fucking, I hate Nintendo. Why are they
Why are
the
they
way
like?
that? Why are they the way they are? Fucking that company's being ran like it's the 18th century.
And then yeah, a lot of people online are just like, "Why are you all so obsessed with old games? Why like there's so many games coming out this year?" And it's like,
Oh God, I want to physically assault those people.
I don't get their
If
their
I met
perspective
somebody
at
in
all.
public and they said those words to me, I would have to restrain myself from causing them physical harm.
Like I'm playing a a large amount of the new stuff, but I predominantly go back and enjoy the stuff I missed from the good years, all the old good years.
Like people don't do this with old movies. They don't go, "Why are you watching that shit from the 80s?"
You watching Terminator 2, bro? Get
If you're watching Terminator
the
2,
fuck
you
out
know
of
there's
here.
like 7 now, right?
People
People
are
don't
weird, man.
people don't do that with art. They don't go, "Oh, is that a
You looking at
fucking
old paintings,
oh, is that a
dog?
Van Gogh?" Get with the times. We're Banksy now.
Imagine only looking at new release paintings.
Have you ever tried to
Museums are
buy a
museums are
painting?
in shambles.
Have you ever tried to buy art from an artist?
You mean like an NFT?
No, like actual like real art, like art you
That
have.
was a joke. Yeah, that was a joke. No, I have not.
My buddy did, and apparently it is a pain in the ass process, and like they won't even let you buy things from them half the time unless you have like a credible record of buying previous art.
Oh shit, yeah, like when it comes to the high stakes stuff.
And I was like, what the fuck? If I
It's like
was an
that's
artist
something
and
that I'm
someone
gonna
was
make
like,
eventually.
"I'll give you $500 for that stick figure with the dick," I'd be like, "Hell yeah, let's do it."
Let's go. Best
How,
trade deal in the history of trade
I
deals.
got a Waluigi fucking Wario in the back if you want that too. I mean, I'll throw that in for free.
Hell yeah, man.
Fucking vetting my clients to sell them stick figures.
I have
So
to know
yeah,
that you are a reputable painting owner before I give you a painting.
you have to be an appreciator. You should
That's
do
how I
that
should have
with.
been when I worked at GameStop. It's just like I'm not gonna sell you this game unless I know you're a hardcore
What's your gamer score?
giant bald gamer. Yeah,
How
what
many
how many
trophies
fucking
you got?
trophies you got? You see that plat count before you pick up fucking Devil May Cry 5, okay?
You can't have this game. This is for 5,000 and up.
You can't handle this game.
You can't
This
handle
game would
my.
kill you. This
It
game
would
would
kill
kill
you, traveler.
you.
God, fucking hell. Anyway, Nintendo sucks.
Yeah.
Vim's Lair, use it mostly because using Emo Paradise with the workaround is kind of a pain in the ass.
I forgot there was a workaround for Emo Paradise, man. Emo Paradise, I used to be so involved in that site. Like I like was on the forums and like I was on there back in the day when to download a game you had to like click on like a hentai gif of Tifa and it would take you to like a third party website where you had to vote for the emulation site to be like go up a like a search engine optimization ranking. It
That's
was
fucking
it was so
cool.
trash and ass and old. And then they became just like huge and perfect and they even had video game magazines and strategy guides and soundtracks and then they were just like, "Oh yeah, we got to flip the switch. It's all gone."
Can't
God
have
damn.
shit.
Can't have shit in this house.
Can't have shit with Nintendo around. We were talking about Cyberpunk, That for one of the first missions in Cyberpunk, you fucking nuke a tower.
Yeah.
Some days, man. Some days I want to walk up to Nintendo, fucking Johnny Silverhand it. I'm
Great video
gonna,
games. They
I'm
start with
gonna
you blowing
write,
up big buildings.
I'm gonna write in gasoline, free Waluigi. I'm gonna light it on fire and I'm gonna walk
Let
away.
him out.
Free him. Free the wah. Doug Bowser, get your shit together.
Dougie.
I don't even know who the president of Nintendo is.
I
Like
don't
the
either.
Japanese one.
Yeah, Post Iwata. I remember hearing who was announced, and it left me. He's not a public figure, so
Which is not what you want to see. Because the glory days of Nintendo,
yeah.
you have somebody that likes video games. Now I assume it's some dickhead that doesn't know what a fucking Switch is.
Yeah, right. Even like the dark times of the Wii U, like there was like a hopefulness in the fact that their marketing was still very good to hardcore gamers. Like, Iwata and Reggie were out there, and they seemed to have a hold on what the core audience wanted. And even though they couldn't get any third-party support, and normies all thought the Wii U was a controller for the Wii. I worked the GameStop through the Wii U. That was a nightmare.
I can't imagine.
Also, the same generation that they introduced a 3DS that plays exclusive 3DS games called the new
The
3DS.
new 3DS. I tried
Thunderhawk,
to
I have
I tried to
I have
buy. I
asked
bought
him
one of
one.
those. I bought one of those. You know how hard it was to buy one of those?
I do because somebody would walk in like, "Let me get a new 3DS," and I'm like, "Do you mean a new 3DS? A new 3DS? Because we also have used new 3DSs if you want one of
I was
those."
like, "You guys got the new 3DS?" And they're like, "We have 3DSs. Do you want one new?" And I'm like, "No, no, no. I want the new 3DS."
I think there's 3DS, 3DS XL, new 3DS, new 3DS XL, 2DS, 2DS XL. Is there a light? I don't know if there's a light, but that's six right there. That's all the same family system.
Who's in charge, dude? Who's in charge? What did the new 3DS only had two games that came out that supported it.
Yeah, I
The
think it was
Monster
Hyrule
Hunter
Warriors.
and Xenoblade, and
Yeah,
the Hyrule Warriors. They
and
had
then
they brought back the
if you were
nipple from the '90s.
they did, and if you were interested in the virtual console, the 3DS couldn't play SNES games, but the new 3DS could. Some of that shit.
That dumbass nipple sucked. I was
It's
like,
a shame
oh,
to like.
I was like, oh, I had a laptop back in the mid 2000s. I had a little nipple nub. I had to use this thing, and I started using it. I was
I
like, this
understand.
sucks.
It was not good.
Fuck, Nintendo sucks.
3DS still got the best handheld UI, IMO.
Oh yeah,
Man, the Street Pass,
Street Pass was cool.
Miiverse, that was good shit.
I'd walk over. What was that fucking? What was that weird ass game where you made people and they lived in a town? Tomagachi, Komodachi,
Oh, Tomodachi Life.
Tomodachi Life.
Tomodachi Life is hilarious.
What the fuck was that? That was a
I like some of
goddamn
it was me and my
fever
friends,
dream.
and then I made like Sub Zero and Cloud and Barrett, and like they were just all coexisting.
Oh, yours
The game
is
would create
wholesome. I
stories with them.
had I had Hitler, Squidward, Richard Simmons.
The first three people that you would think to live in a town together, of course.
Bill Cosby and Hitler would meet up and have fun. They'd do Pilates.
That reminds me, Cloud and Barrett. I think I still have a screenshot of it saved somewhere, where it's just Cloud and Barrett doing the holding each other's hands, doing the bro moment. They're both wearing business suits and they're both very slender,
Oh
which
my
is
god.
funny.
I
But
want a
it's
new
just like Barrett and Cloud
Tomodachi.
have an 84% friendship rating. I was like, hell yeah, man.
That's
It's good stuff.
amazing. That shit was so funny. I want a new one.
I'm surprised they haven't made one. They brought back what was it, Metopia, which is a similar thing, but
Oh
RPG
yeah,
structure.
was that good? It was
I
fifty
haven't heard much
dollars, so
about
I
it.
said go fuck themselves.
That's exactly what happened with me.
I was like, that is
I was
not
like, oh,
worth
that'd be awesome.
$50.
They
You're
might have
at
released a demo.
They did, but it was not $50 worth.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Fucking out of their minds. They'll pay anything. Fuck it.
And then the price stays that way for
Ever.
eternity.
Forever. I seen Wario64 posted Xenoblade Chronicles X digital $59.99. I'm like, what? I can go on
I've
eBay and get a
seen
used one for like 30.
I,
Oh, God damn
I've
it.
seen Switch.
Hold on. Discord's fucked up again.
Game's going for
Let me use my willpower to
for
make it work.
pretty stuff where Discord's the best.
Sorry.
You're good.
Apologies. I live in the middle of nowhere and have shit internet. Okay, are we back? We're back. Sorry. Didn't mean. Sorry
Yeah.
about that. Okay, what were you saying? Sorry.
I'll like first party Nintendo games, $20 off is like the maximum. I feel like $40. $40 is when you catch them like on Black Friday.
$40 is generous. 45 is usually what they go for.
Oh, you're right. It's usually like a weird thing like
I've
that.
never seen 40. That's when you see a 40, you're like, oh fuck, I gotta get it now.
You gotta jump on that.
I gotta get it.
And for a game that I don't get day one, I feel like 40 is still too high for me. I usually wait for 20 or 30. And then if it's a game I'm really not sure about, that's when you get the Steam-esque PlayStation sales where I buy games for $3 to $6.
Yeah.
But with Nintendo, that's
Steam's
just
like
not there.
$250. I'll wait. I'll wait.
Hold.
I did that yesterday actually. I bought Heroes
Yeah,
of Might and Magic. It was $10 and I'm like, I'll wait a day. Came up on GOG $250. I was like, now I'll buy it.
you got it.
I spent more on this bang than I did for a game with unlimited content.
That's what happens when I like think about purchases when I'm out. I'm like, oh man, I want an energy drink. I'm like, I could probably buy a game for $3. Never mind. Never mind. I'll check. I'll check see what's on sale.
Next up, Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit game licenses go on sale. Anybody but Warner Brothers or EA. Literally anyone else.
Warner Brothers, man, come on, man.
Anyone else. Those two are trash, garbage. They shouldn't be allowed to touch video games ever again.
You didn't like Shadow of Mordor?
Ban them. No.
No.
Shelob is not a sexy lady. She is a giant
should make-
evil spider demon.
They should make every character in Lord of the Rings a sexy lady, including Gollum. Please.
Oh yeah, we're getting a
Like
fucking dumbass Golem game. Thanks.
Like a sexy,
That's what I want.
wiry Gollum lady. Come on, man.
Fucking what? You know what I want? I want a Samwise Gamgee farming simulator.
Let's go.
Give me that. I would take that any day over fucking dumbass Golem.
Let's see if the Stardew Valley guy will make us a Samwise Gamgee farming
That would be
simulator.
fucking sick. I would buy 2 copies.
I'm hoping nobody buys exclusive rights, and it's just like we just get a bunch of random good games out of it. Hopefully.
Well, the Tolkien estate is ran exclusively by idiots that care nothing except for money ever since Christopher Tolkien died. So there will be no more quality Lord of the Rings anything ever again.
Is that Amazon show gonna suck shit, or is it gonna be decent?
No, it will be bad. As somebody that's perused the ancient scrolls of the Silmarillion, it's garbage, trash.
I trust you.
I watched The Wheel of Time. I know.
I saw the trilogy all in one day, extended versions.
Good.
So like 11 hours and some change. And I don't remember any of it because I watched it all in one go, 11 hours and some change.
You got to make it a yearly thing and you'll start to remember it.
Okay.
Gotcha. Every year at Christmas, I watch them all.
That's awesome. That's a great, I think a lot of people do it as a Christmas thing. And that feels right to me in my head from what I remember of them.
Well, I used to do it for Black Friday at work because I would, whenever the big wigs were in town, I would have Christmas music on. But the second they left, I'd turn that shit off and put on Lord of the Rings, and I'd be like, "Fuck you."
That's so funny.
If I'm gonna be in here, I'm gonna enjoy it.
Hell yeah, man.
But yeah, there will be nothing good Lord of the Rings ever again. It's just gonna be terrible. We're gonna get shitty movies. We're gonna get shitty shows. The games are gonna suck. There's no hope. It's dark days, unless a hobbit can drop a ring in a volcano.
What's the best Lord of the Rings game you've played?
Battle for Middle Earth 2.
Gotcha. I enjoyed the weird PS2 ones back in the day.
The movie games are good too.
They were strangely good. Yeah,
they're very good. See, before EA sucked shit. EA made all the best Lord of the Rings games. But now EA would be like, make it on the Frostbite engine,
Of
make
course.
it multiplayer only, um, give Golem a gun.
They would also get Respawn to make it because they're not allowed to make Titanfall anymore, and now like they have to continue to make Apex and they have to make movie games.
Yes, that's it. Nothing else.
Star Wars and Lord of the Rings studio now.
God. Speaking of places I want to bomb EA, God, I don't even think it's the CEO's fault. Did you read about what happened with fucking Anthem with him?
No.
He walked into their offices when they were making Anthem, and he's like, "Where's the game?" And they're like, "We don't got the game." I was like, "What the fuck do you mean you don't have the game? You better have the game next week." So next
Yeah.
week they came with a vertical slice that was really cool. He's like, "Okay, make this." They couldn't. They couldn't do it.
Jesus,
So I
man.
feel like he understands a little bit.
There's something going on just in that whole top to bottom, the whole place.
Which we'll fucking we'll move around the news a little bit. Go into that. EA admits Battlefield 2042 is the worst game they've ever made.
Damn.
To quote them, "We allow levels of bugginess in our games, and this release fell well within those parameters. However, fans were not willing to tolerate this level."
That's really that's
What?
crazy
What do
PR
you
talk
mean?
right there.
What do you mean? You mean you knew? You've known this entire time that you release shit? You've been doing it on purpose?
I gotta say, Medal of Honor Warfighter might be worse than this game, but also just like this statement reminds me of Ubisoft's thing about their NFTs failing miserably, where they're just like people just they're too close minded, they're not ready, they're
Not
freaking out
ready.
about
Oh
nothing, they're
god.
a bunch of weirdo haters, and it's like no.
I need to never
I'm
be in a
corporations are
corporate
supposed
setting.
to corporations are supposed to be weaselly and bow down and be like, we're so sorry. Please love us again. Please buy our things. They're not supposed to be like, it is the kids who are wrong. No, corporations are getting too ballsy, man.
Hire
We already
me.
hate you guys.
Hire me. I will buy a ball bat. I will come to your corporate meetings. I will beat the shit out of your boss for pennies on the dollar compared to the next guy. I will
Sounds
beat
like an
that
awesome job.
motherfucker until he understands that is not how it works. You do not release shit and go, we'll fix it later. Why?
Fans simply just won't allow this level of bugginess. They've allowed it before.
We got off scot free last time we gave them shit.
They're getting really loud about how buggy these things are.
But yeah,
Didn't they
they
shut
were.
down the Halo Reddit?
Yes, they did.
So that yeah, they just need to like EA should talk to Reddit and get them to shut down the Battlefield Reddit. Just shut up all these people who are mad about the bugs. Make them be fucking quiet.
Silence them. Who can we buy? Can we buy Kotaku?
There you go.
I I'm sick of broken fucking buggy games. Are you sick of broken buggy games?
I I am lucky in that I just usually stay away from that kind of shit. I got Cyberpunk was the one where it's like finally this affects me kind of, but even then I was lucky enough to have a PS5 and the game wasn't very buggy, it just crashed a lot. And then because I was on PS5, it booted quickly and I was like, "Oh fucking well." I quick saved and then just loaded back up and played it. But I'm I almost it's hard to make me do, but I feel bad for the normies. They play this garbage all the time and they
I
just have
don't
to
because the
suffer
normies are the
through it.
reason we're here.
No,
I
you're
don't
totally right.
I don't pity
You're totally
them.
right.
I scorn the normies.
But I don't like that it's ship it and fix it later because that's not an option for everybody, first of all. I mean, like
It,
back when I was working at GameStop, I know things, are hopefully getting better as far as internet connectivity around the world, but I also, as recently as 3 years ago, lived somewhere with like 2 MB internet. And when Fallout 76 came out and the day one patch was 60 gigabytes, it's like, oh, cool, I can't play this for 4 or 5 days.
as somebody that
So
runs a half working
just not cool.
podcast, I suffer from this.
Yeah.
Um what other industry can you not release a product and get paid for it? Imagine going to the movie stops working halfway through, and they go, "Well, sorry guys, that's all we got for now. Come back next
If you,
week."
yeah, you can come back next week and watch it. Or
Imagine
like
you go to a
the
fucking McDonald's. My McDonald's does this, so I'm not gonna use it as an example. Imagine going to a
yeah.
McDonald's that you order a burger, they forgot to put the meat on it, and they go, "Oh well, we won't have any more meat. You can come back tomorrow." Mine does that, so I don't want to use that. But
But
no,
it's not a good practice.
no, you can't get away with that anywhere else, and you shouldn't. Potato chips get
I
away with it, but that's about it.
I feel like there's so many good times to launch. I know that like all the launches are structured around different other games and when you expect your fiscal results bullshit, whatever. The word was like I didn't go to business school, but like
Fuck them.
if
You are now. You're in the
if you
big
could
leagues.
even with
Pitch me an
with like the day
idea.
one patch stuff, could you not just take like a month or like 2 weeks even? But I know like you have to put it on the disc and you've already started manufacturing the discs, but just don't do that till you're ready,
Who the
please.
fuck is making games go gold? I thought going gold meant your game functions.
Yeah, and I agree. Like it can be buggy. I mean, I believe we've all played fucking Bethesda games, but
Those games never get
if if I,
fixed. That's the
if I
difference
can't
there.
play it, if I can't play it from beginning to end, like, come on.
And you can't.
If it'll eat your saves, come on. Like those are
I recently tried to play
can't do it.
Skyrim and I could not get to the end because of a
Really,
bug.
what happened?
There was a bug where this fucking dumbass NPC was supposed to walk up to the wall of Alduin and go, "Well, shit," but he wouldn't. He just stared in the hallway, just standing there looking at me, and I'm like,
That's really funny.
"What?" I hit him. I killed him. He got back up. So I had to look online, and they're like, "Well, yeah, you got to type in set.32
Oh my
147," and
god,
I'm like, if I
that's
was on
insane, man.
console, I'd be fucked,
Yeah, you
utterly
would.
fucked. There would be
And that's
no
also like
solution.
what even iteration of Skyrim is this that you're playing? Because like you said, never getting fixed. Like this game came out in
The
2011.
super duper ultra quadruple fucking anniversary edition part 2.
Mega Turbo.
Turbo edition.
Part two.
Fucking I don't know, Todd. Which one am I playing? I can't keep track.
Listen, it just works.
It just fucking where's Pete? I'm at and Pete Hines. Hold on.
It
He
just
might he
works.
might have me blocked. I get mad at Pete Hines a lot.
Pete, I have like a love hate with Pete because I feel he's like a he
He's an
reminds me of
asshole.
Jack Sparrow. He's like a charming scoundrel.
He's a fucking asshole.
He's
I
a
think we'd
bad
get along
person.
real well, but fuck Pete Hines. People will send him lore questions, and he's like, "Shut up, nerd! How dare you talk to me?
That's so funny. Thank you so much, love.
Like, how dare you get out of my face?"
Man, I was actually thinking about it today. Speaking of Skyrim, I think I might be going for my third Skyrim plat because I have mental mental
Illness.
issues, mental
Are
illness.
you gonna play the same build?
Probably,
See, Bethesda
probably
games I can get away with.
sneaky Khajiit once again.
Bethesda games I can actually change up my playstyle, and it doesn't. Like Cyberpunk, I'm picking the same exact fucking shit. I'm just like
I even made my character look the same.
Skyrim. I'm like I'm gonna be a dark elf that shoots lightning, or I'm gonna be an orc that smashes shit. I never go silent archer. I never do.
I go silent dagger because I still like getting up close.
Got
And then it requires you to sneak for longer.
those sick animations where you fucking grab him like this, and you're like, and then he fucking his legs jiggle out, and you're just rocketing up into the ceiling.
Or the animation never lined up correctly in the first place and like I'm standing on a ledge and he's he's at the bottom of a cliff just like acting out being murdered. It's good stuff.
Oh, can't wait for Starfield. So
Oh yeah.
excited. Oh fuck. Next bit of news. Sega says SMT is the most profitable SMT ever.
Based.
Excellent. Good shit.
Our form is based.
Make good
Young
games.
young man.
Young man.
I love that game.
I have dozens of fucking Jack Frost memes. Literally dozens.
I sent Polarbong one today that I need to send you, and it was just a tweet. It says Shin Megami Tensei would be good if it was this, and instead of Jack Bros, it was Pack Bros, and instead of Strange Journey, it was Strange Journey. It's all weed based, and they're photoshopped and everything. It's really good.
That sounds
It's really good.
amazing. That sounds so good. I like SMT5. It's a good game.
But yeah, I'm happy to hear they're doing well because this is I need them to not do anything really stupid. You know, we've talked about it on news before, them talking about their super game and them talking about doing cloud stuff. It's like things are working. Continue to do them, please.
See, but Sega has a history of doing really cool shit and using the money that cool shit made to do really fucking stupid shit that bankrupts the company.
After the Genesis comes the Saturn.
The Dreamcast. Shenmue.
Fucking Shenmue. Goddamn
Shenmue 2.
Shenmue, you're hard to love, but you're harder to hate.
After
Shenmue
playing
3,
3,
that's
I
the
disagree
opposite.
with that statement.
3 is the opposite. I
3
need to watch the anime. I hear the anime is decent.
is it out?
So it's gonna be episodic. Actually coming out like a TV show, like back in the day when we had TV shows.
I can't wait for the forklift arc. I bet that's gonna last 3
That's the
seasons.
thing I was gonna say was that we can finally enjoy Shinmu without forklift driving. But
Without?
then I'm like,
No. It'll
then
be
I was
in
gonna say,
there.
what if that was what I actually enjoyed? What if it was just
3
that I enjoyed a
episodes.
world where it was less stressful to wake up, take the bus, go to work, come home,
3
pet a cat.
episodes, I
parts.
guarantee you it will be at least 3 episodes.
That'll be sick. It's like a Dragon Ball Z fight.
Yeah, just him driving the forklift. Having
That's
forklift
dope.
races, which are not OSHA approved.
Apparently, Tom is in the anime, the dancing hot dog salesman.
I
Or
love
was it pizza?
Tom.
I think it was hot dogs, right?
I think it was hot dogs.
Slinging hot dogs.
He'd be like, "Yo!"
You hit the dance perfect.
And he's like, "Hey Tom, how's it going, my man?"
It's all right.
He was supposed to speak stilted Japanese, but it was in English, so it just sounds really
Mhm.
weird.
There's something about Shinmu's voice acting. Like, I don't feel like any other game or movie, anime has ever replicated it. Everybody sounds. It doesn't sound like normal bad voice acting. It's like a kind of stilted I haven't heard anywhere else.
Well, that's because they would shove everybody in the closet and give them their lines. And
That's another thing. You could like the audio recording quality is very weird. It's not bad and it's not good.
it's in a closet, so there's noise dampening. But it's in a fucking
So,
closet, so there's.
I'm looking for sailors.
Have you been to the port? I'm looking for Chinese. That was my
You
favorite part
can't
of the
do that,
game.
Rio.
That was my favorite part of the game.
You can't just ask people that.
Do you know where any Chinese people are? And they're like, oh yeah, they're over there.
My favorite is the guy who says I used to be Chinese. And he means that in a nuanced way, but in
Yes.
Shinmu's voice acting style, it's hilarious. It's like
The barbers.
I'm looking for Chinese.
The barbers
used
have
to
some
be
kind of secret
Chinese.
society. Shinmu's so fucking weird.
I'm looking for disciples of the hand. I'm 5 years old. Can you buy me a capsule toy?
Fucking. I'm just like, yeah, I'm looking for Chinese people. Have you heard of the 3 blades? What? I just need somebody that can read this. What about what?
What are you talking about? You gonna make me go play fucking Shinmu? God damn
Don't
it.
stop.
1 and 2 are worth suffering through. I feel like 3 is
Not.
inexcusable.
Did you beat 1? Did you play the end of 1?
I platinumed 1.
Oh my god, that ending fight.
Yeah, it's really really bad.
I want to die every time I play it. I'm just like, fucking kill me. I get
The best
10
part of Shinmu
minutes.
was like walking around. Like if they should have just made it like a walking simulator. That'd
Shut
be
up.
great.
That's what they did for 3. Don't say
No.
that. Don't say that.
Okay.
3's bad. 3
I
is.
thought 3 was a gambling simulator.
I never got all my Kickstarter shit for 3.
What the fuck?
Yeah. They
You
sent
should
me.
sue Yu Suzuki
They sent me
himself.
the game, and that's it. I
Damn.
was supposed to get a capsule toy, a poster,
What platform did you get it for?
PC.
I was gonna say that's really cool because there just aren't physical PC games really anymore. So it's really funny for you to have a physical copy of Shenmue
I don't
3.
anymore. I and was like, "Wow, this game's bad."
I understand.
I, I've never been so gotcha'd before. I've never had the rug pulled out from underneath me. Like I've almost stepped on the rug several times and it's been pulled away, but I've never been on the rug and ended up on my ass.
It's so weird that like the guy who Yu Suzuki is like a visionary, and then like those games are like weirdly bad. The first two make sense because they're old, and then the new one is just like, what the fuck is happening?
He makes games like it's 2002.
Mm,
Like in 2002 that game would have been cool.
yeah.
But they have made video games since 2000 and he has not played them. He has not played any of them
I feel like you
at
could
all.
take the Yakuza engine, the Dragon engine, and make
Yes.
a good Shinmu game. And the thing is, not don't make it a Yakuza game, like make it a Shinmu game, but use that engine, cram it in the right area, make the fighting not suck shit, make the mini games not suck shit,
I don't
and
know
you'll get a good
who
Shinmu game.
I don't know if Yu Suzuki owns those Shinmu rights.
I believe he must at this point.
If he doesn't, Sega should give that to Ryogo Studios
Because
and
I
be
don't know if
like,
Sega was involved in 3.
they should be like, "Hey, you can make video games. Can you finish this piece of shit? Because you let that man make 4, he's not gonna finish it. He's gonna
That's
make a
true.
fucking. You're gonna dick around in Hong Kong instead of a
He's
random
also
Chinese city.
old. We with the time the clock is ticking.
How many? He's sitting around to make like 6 games.
Yeah, that's not sorry.
Bro, come on, wrap it up.
Even the logistics, like beyond the idea that the game could have a story epic enough to span that many sagas, like the Final Fantasy 7 remake isn't going to be that long. I you don't you don't have enough time to make that many games,
Spoiler
so
alert: you don't have that much story.
yeah.
If you take all the story elements from 1, 2, and 3, it probably lasts 8 hours. There's probably
I
eight
feel like
hours of story.
I think Sifu has as much story as Shinmu does, and I beat it on stream last night in 2.5 hours.
Yes, that's accurate.
I didn't have to ask anybody. I didn't have to walk up to anybody and inquire about Chinese though.
Do you know any Chinese?
Teach you
Come on.
Italian, Rio.
Yo. Big cyberpunk update. We were talking about this a little bit. Adds some shit like new apartments. Some dope new apartments. I haven't progressed far enough in the story to buy them yet.
Here's 1.0 if you want to play some old shit right here.
I have the cyberpunk controller.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
It is very nice.
Chipping in.
Chipping in. It's got the samurai logo on the back.
Fuck yeah.
Also, it's like this is actually scratched into it. It's not just like saying no future. It's actually
That's pretty
scratched
cool.
into the controller. It's kind of dope.
That's on I was just replaying the game, and that's on the first elevator you take with Jackie, scratched into the metal of the doors. Pretty neat. Pretty neat.
It's a very poignant statement. I feel like we're living in that now. There's just no
I
future.
love I love how we always, most people clown video game graffiti, movie graffiti, of like talking about it being too on the nose, and then in the last few unprecedented years, it's like, oh yeah, that's just what graffiti, real graffiti in tumultuous times is like, just writing, statements that seem pretty flat on the wall in blood
We're
or
fucked.
guts or paint. Yeah, exactly.
Supposedly, I don't want to say supposedly. I've experienced this. They've improved the AI. I had some motherfuckers doing some crazy shit to me, much to my
Mm.
chagrin. Like before, they would just sit there and like they would actually like they would just shoot at you, pop back on cover, shoot at you. This time they were like, this dude was trying to pin me down while this guy was like going around me, and I was like, motherfucker.
Goddamn flanking motherfuckers.
I haven't fucked with the civilian AI was supposed to be improved.
Yeah, I haven't made a scene yet, but
Yeah, I
I know
haven't
they were
either.
making a big point of the people freaking out more realistically.
You can play the guitar.
Hey, no.
That's fucking sweet. That's a
They just got the
feature.
Last of Us 2 system in there.
Just fucking. Detailed smoking.
What?
Yeah, you can smoke in your apartment, and you have to choose to take a drag, and then you have to choose to flick the ashes, and then you choose to take
Wow.
another drag. It's very fucking. It's stupid as fuck, but it's cool.
I, I do like, I mean, I think the game is like incredibly immersive. Like one of the most immersive games I've ever played. I mean, there's something about even just like all of the cutscenes still taking place in first person, besides very, very few of them. And just being able to like look down at like your shoulders and your hands, or like off to your right, like while you're sitting at like a table, versus the game being like, no, this is the animation, this is the scene, you're gonna look right here, your dialogue options are right here.
Yeah, you can
Just in
just look
any
around.
moment, you always feel like you're in your body. It's really cool. So like the idea that you can even do the fucking smoking, because they already had that with like drinking in certain scenes
Yeah.
in the game. So that's neat.
You can modify your appearance and mirrors. They were doing the live stream yesterday or the day before, whenever the fuck it came out, and the lady went to do it live, and she was actually playing the game, and she went to the mirror and looked at it, and Keanu looked back at her, and she's like, "Shit, uh, I can't do it. Hold on." So she had to back out and then go back in, and then Keanu wasn't looking at her anymore.
That's really funny.
It was pretty. I laughed. I chuckled.
I immediately, like when you started that story, I was like, she was gonna be like, I need to change my stuff, and then it's like, oh, there's gonna be like boobs and dick and vagina on the screen, and then we're in the middle of an official CDPR. Like,
Fucking Keanu just he's like looking pretty good. Yeah. New shit. It's not new stuff, but it's like it's new immersive stuff. Makes
I love
another
that they
playthrough interesting.
Heck yeah. I mean, changing your appearance in the game is really cool because there's so many hair choices and stuff like that. And one of the things is like I was playing as Lady V because I love Judy. And like so when you create your character, you get to decide like if you want like painted nails. And so it's so funny to me that you were locked the entire game with a single
Yeah,
nail
those
color. I mean,
nails even
because this
more.
game feels like it spans like months in game and then maybe in real life, and you're just like, yeah, that for life, that's the
I would
color of
be
my nails now.
interested to see an actual time lapse because when you first go to your doctor and he's like, "Bro, you got like weeks to live." And
Yeah.
then later on, you meet somebody and they're like, "Oh, bro, I haven't seen you in a couple weeks." And I'm like, "Am I dead?"
There, over the course of the story, you end up taking, the pills, and then like they do what they can for you. And then there's the idea that like talking to Johnny and maybe your relationship not being the rockiest is helping the chip not eat you and whatnot. But yeah, I'd be interested to see exactly how much time passes.
They said their new DLC will be out in spring. Story stuff.
And that's supposed to be free too, right?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I didn't
I
hear
think
about.
anything that isn't going to be like an expansion will be free.
I feel like they probably owe it to people. Make it free
Right.
because they went 5 months without an update.
Yeah. This update is really cool too because it applies to everybody. Like I forget even that it's an update for last gen systems because I just did the free PS5 upgrade and
It
playing it that
shouldn't.
way
It shouldn't have been on last gen systems. I don't think they
in the
would have
first place.
had.
Yeah.
They would have had no problems. They would have had to deal with mad normies.
Yeah. But I mean there is precedent for this for a much less hype game but a much more mainstream game in Mortal Kombat 10, Mortal Kombat X. They announced it for PS3 and 360 and for next gen. And so PS4 and Xbox One were out, and they're like, "Hey, we're sorry, we just cannot make this shit work on the last gen." So they canceled it. I was working at GameStop when it happened, and people were just like, "I'll not get it, or I will wait till I get the next system." And it worked out. Nobody
That's
was
what they
that
should have done. I
upset.
don't know why they couldn't do that.
You know,
I
I
don't know.
guess they were just afraid of what the install base was going to look like. I mean, you're talking, 100 million PS4s, like 40 million Xbox Ones versus 10 million PS5s, 6 million Xbox Series. So I guess they were like, but I don't know. The install base, the game sold 13 million, which is a lot, but I'm sure a lot of that was on PC. I don't know how it breaks down into who bought it for what system
Well,
beyond that.
it stopped being sold on PSN, so I mean, how'd that go?
Yeah, for a long time.
We're gonna use that. I'm gonna swap some shit around. Former CD Projekt executive, forgive me, Konrad Tomaszkiewicz
You did your best. I think that's right.
has unveiled a brand new studio, Rebel Wolves. They are working on their debut games, which Conrad says will become the holy grail of computer RPGs. Conrad was the game director for The Witchers and Cyberpunk, so that man knows how to make a video game.
This is true.
And the last time he said something like this, they made The Witcher 3. So and he's got, it's not just him, he poached some people. So
Some good people, it seems.
I unfortunately think CD Projekt Red might be done. I
Yeah, it
think
seems like, I thought the face of the company, which is like maybe the CEO, CFO, I don't know, the one guy, the guy that they make the
the
memes
sad
about where
guy,
he has aged so dramatically. I just assumed, not looking too far into the company, that this was like the head of everything. This is the man who makes these things possible. But it seems like he's very much actually a business guy or a producer type
yeah.
guy, not a creative, not a designer. So it seems like the talent left CD and they were like, we're gonna keep making games without
Yeah,
CD's
I talked
crazy
about it a little
decisions.
bit off stream, but what happens usually in video games, and this has happened so many fucking times, little company banging fucking people, they're all great. They make a video game, it's amazing. Normies end up loving it. They get so big. Well, now we gotta hire people, so they hire fans, they hire people that shouldn't be hired, and then these people get in there and it just rots the fucking company, and then the bigwigs who made the original crew leave, found a new studio, take some of the core with them that they need, and the process fucking repeats itself. This
It's
is happening to Blizzard currently.
No, you're totally right. It's not a good comparison at the moment because things are not looking good for Platinum right now. But this is very much, Clover Studio, part of Capcom, makes Okami and Beautiful Joe, other good shit, God Hand, and then Capcom's like, those didn't sell well, get out of here. And then they leave and make fucking Bayonetta and Nier Automata. And so I feel like that's maybe what we're looking at here. All the cool people who are already like a team of their own leaving and making their own
Yeah.
stuff.
Um, I I will be keeping a close eye on this because that dude knows how to make a fucking video game.
Also, the name of their studios seems like that
Rebel
this is maybe
Wolves.
not only yeah, I think it's Rogue Wolves, Rebel Wolves.
Rebel Wolves.
Uh, it reminds me first of all of like fucking samurai or whatnot, just like Ronin, masterless
Yeah.
samurai, but also just of course fucking Geralt, White Wolf, the Wolf,
Rebel Wolves. So yeah, I love CDPR. I have loved CDPR since like whenever the fuck Witcher 1 came out. Cuz
Oh 07.
I was in a Walmart and I saw this fucking case, Silver Wolf. I was like, "Oh shit, that's rad. What the hell is this?" Picked it up, played it, loved it. Um the books weren't even out yet in America. You could not they weren't translated yet. So I didn't know what the fuck. If you haven't read the books, Witcher 1 makes no fucking sense. No goddamn sense at all. But I played it and I was like, this fucking rocks. Then Witcher 2 came out. I built a computer to play Witcher 2 because it wasn't on consoles. It was because CD Projekt Red was only a computer company.
Build a computer for it. That's awesome.
Played that. Witcher 2 fucking rocked. Witcher 3 came out. Witcher 3 fucking rocked. But I think I think they've run their course. I don't have too much faith anymore.
I feel like this is maybe important in the broad scheme of things. A lot of people are saying that PlayStation should maybe pull an Xbox and buy the company while they're at their weakest and get them for very cheap, the way they got Xbox got Activision Blizzard, and that they should do that with CD Projekt Red. Well, it would be kind of pointless to purchase them now
What would
that
you'd get Witcher, but like,
you just don't get the people that made Witcher excellent.
yeah,
And it
like
seems like if they were in the process of buying CD Projekt Red, that they would maybe back out at this point, because you and I were talking about at Thunderhawk that their bonuses to Bungie to retain the talent are fucking insane.
1.3 million per person.
So they're very interested in not just getting IP or brands, but keeping the people that know how to make the good stuff. So,
And that's already left CDPR. Let's see. Speaking of Platinum. Platinum has put on its best dress. It's put the makeup on. It's taking selfies and putting them on Instagram, and it's like,
come on, Platinum.
how's it going? Hey guys, come here often. They are begging to be bought. I say begging. I guess I'm being a little bit too harsh.
I don't think you
I
are.
hope
I
no
think, I
one
think
buys
Platinum
us.
knows that you're not supposed to have a baby after like in your 30s or whatever, or there's like complications, and they need somebody to marry them and have children.
They Kamiya's desperate. I think
Please let us
Kamiya's
make
losing it.
Scalebound.
He's like, please, Phil, please. I also hope that, because Scalebound looks rad, and I think it could be done.
Scalebound does look very cool.
I think it could be done now. If Xbox would let it not be released on the Xbox One. But I think Xbox is fucking stupid and they won't do that. That's just me though.
I don't know. I don't know what they'll do.
They'd be like, no, it's gotta run on the Xbox 360. Sorry.
But yeah, it's not looking good for Platinum in that like it's very obvious that shit it's not like they're asking like, hey, we would be open. It's not like they're saying from a position of power, we would be open to talks of acquisition if the
No,
offers
they're
were fair.
desperate.
It's like
They're
they have a game
desperate.
coming out that looks like it is not going to do well at all with Square, Babylon's Fall.
It sucks. I
They're
say that with
coming
full
off of
confidence.
being kicked off things like Grand Blue. It's not looking good. Thunderhawk, there is a demo for Babylon's Fall coming out where you get to keep your progress, and it is a free demo. So we'll be
That's
experiencing
too
this very
much.
soon.
I'm not
The end
paying
of this
that.
month.
I'm not
Not
paying that much money.
understandable.
You gotta go negative
You
to
are
get me
paying
to
with
play Babylon's Fall.
your internet time and your hard drive space. So I understand.
Listen, I watched people play Babylon's Fall. That is good enough for me.
I'm scared, but I'm gonna play it.
You're a madman. Please stream it. Please.
I will stream it. I will stream it.
I have to watch someone I know play it. Because it looks miserable. Like,
The
imagine.
thing that sucks the most is like that it looks so boring art wise, because like I would maybe even suffer through like it kind of reminds me of the way I feel about some of the Suda51 games like Killer is Dead. I would play like a not that great action game if it was really cool, but it's just like
This has
boring.
nothing platinum in it, and I don't understand who made it.
Yeah.
Like, if you told me this was just a random fucking studio, I'd be like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. But it doesn't have cool action. There's no style. There's no wacky hijinks.
Why is everything so dusty?
It's fucking. It looks like they're like, did Square Enix pay them to make Dark Souls, but bad?
Camille walked in.
Who
Drunk off
made
his
this
ass, and he's like,
game?
Dark Souls live service.
Who
And the
made
CEO of
this
Square
game?
Enix shit his pants.
Square Enix needs to quit making live service games. I think they've learned that the hard way, that shit just doesn't work.
I bet they're still making like crazy bank off of insane Marvel people buying costumes for their characters.
What Marvel people? There's like 10 of them.
Maybe.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
probably.
How do we look this up? Can you look? Is there a way to look this up?
Concurrent players, Marvel Avengers.
Current players. 300 people.
300? Are you serious? Is that on Steam
300.
or?
Yep.
Holy shit, 300.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Last playing 26 minutes ago, 210. 375 was the
And
peak.
I know that's console focused, but that's so for a game that's ongoing. It just got Spider-Man not too long ago, right? Well, he's only on PlayStation, but
Only on
still, like
PlayStation.
content packs.
Did you see Spider
Wow.
Man in that game, by the way? It is
Yeah, I saw him. He's
dire.
hitting that. He was hitting that. It was beautiful.
It is dire. I can't believe
Somebody
Guardians
said
is a
that they
decent
should have put
game.
him everywhere but PlayStation. That way you didn't have it. You didn't have to compare it to fucking Insomniac Spider-Man. Make you look even worse.
I don't think millennials can make video games, PSB.
There might be some truth to that.
I think millennials are graduating and they're going in the games industry and they fucking suck.
I think if they are making video games and they're good, then they're making games on itch.io or some shit, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I can't explain it. Video games suck now. There's just so much bad.
I'm excited. I watch a lot of Tim Rogers' videos, and he said at the end of his Cyberpunk review that his next series of videos is just going to be about how games suck now and how they used to be so much better. And he's like, I know my videos are all like 8 hours long, but I promise it won't even take me that long to prove it.
No, it won't. And meanwhile, Metacritic's like, yeah, 90s, 80s, 90s. Like, I don't want to jinx it, but that Horizon, I perused the Horizon Metacritics and I found the real reviews. And they're
Yeah.
like 77, 80. It's a pretty good game. Got some flaws. Meanwhile, everyone else is like, oh, it's the greatest game ever.
As a PlayStation fanboy, I'm very happy to see Gorilla thrive, but I'm like, I'm not a big fan of the first game. I'm like, this game again, like the first, I assume is just going to be ridiculously visually gorgeous, busy work. So I
Everyone's
don't
too
know.
busy
We'll see.
arguing about the peach fuzz on her face. I don't give a shit about that.
Why, dude?
I'm more concerned about does your game still suck?
That's what's important.
Because I brought this up to several different people. I was like, yeah, the combat's fucking annoying as shit. I'm like, well, what do you mean? Are you targeting their weak points? And I'm like, yeah, I knock off the weak points. Well, are you using frozen arrows to freeze them and then do critical damage? And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that.
I think, you're totally right bringing that up. It reminds me, I think I was hitting weak points and I was tearing off correct equipment. This is the same thing you were doing, but I was not doing elements. And I was like, because these are robots. They all should like Pokemon logic, Final Fantasy logic, lightning and water. That's all they
My
should be able
car
to use
has
to
an
fire.
antifreeze. I mean, why does this advanced robot not just have a heater?
You gotta go out and scrape the robot horse every morning.
This is a self-repairing robot. Are you telling me it doesn't have defrost?
You're telling me these robots that reproduce by consuming organic matter and like emitting more robots get cold. Okay, come on.
I don't. I'll buy that game when it goes on sale, but I am not paying.
I wish PlayStation had any kind of like influencer creator relations, so they
Yeah,
know that I'm their slave. But alas,
I am your
it's not on the
simp.
cards.
I will simp
Yeah,
for you.
they don't understand.
I'm wondering how much if I trade in some games. I probably have enough to buy Horizon, but then I would own Horizon. I don't know if I want that.
Horizon will retain its value a bit if you wanted to resell it. I was actually contemplating getting GameFly today. I was thinking about it for those kinds of games, specifically, streaming, like the kinds of games where I'm like, I would like to tell everybody about this. I would like to play it, but it's not the kind of game where I'm so excited I'm gonna drop $60 the day it comes out and be happy that I did so.
Mm-hmm.
Like Dying Light 2. That's one that right now I'm like, I wish I could play that. I'm not gonna fucking pay $60 for that.
What is Sony doing with their? Why would you buy the PS5 version?
Don't tell anybody that you get it for free with the PS4 version. So what happened was what happened was originally, uh, they said in some really sneakily worded stuff that there was not going to be a PS5 upgrade for this game, but people read it the way that you would read the way it made sense, in that you would get a PS5 upgrade. So people bitched about it, and they did the right thing, and they were like, okay, we see how it came across that we said it was going to have a PS5 upgrade. It will get a free PS5 upgrade. It will be the last first party PS game to get one. And so they went along with it, but they kept the prices what they would have been regardless. So the PS4 version is 60, PS5 version is 70. So for $60, you get two versions of a game, and for $70, you get the PS5 version.
Who works in
Also,
corporate?
I think if you check the PS4 digital page, it nowhere does it mention that it includes a PS5 upgrade. Very sneaky.
Ah, so they're
Very
targeting
sneaky.
normies. Got it.
Yes. And I think if you pick it up physical at the store, it works the same way. Still includes a free upgrade, but I don't think it says it anywhere in the box. That kind of stuff.
Have
They
they?
need that $10 Thunderhawk. They need it.
I've had to pay $10 to upgrade every goddamn game I've played on PS5.
Uncharted, fucking Ghost of Tsushima, Death
Yeah.
Stranding.
Why would this be any different? I'm not gonna complain because it's free money, but
Yeah.
like, what? Fucking, I don't understand. But yeah, Peach Fuzz. Why are people? Why? Why are people like this?
I, I'm not like super incensed by it, but I do just think it's so weird. Like, because I'm so used to the console war bullshit that I see on Twitter all the time. People will point to literally anything. So this
People
is
were
like,
like they were zooming in on Aloy's face, and they would find a random woman on the internet, and they would zoom in on her face, and they would be like, "Well, if you see here, this lady, this real life girl." I'm like, "Have you ever touched a girl?
right.
Like what are you doing?
So
You've
like
spent
this
your
is one of the,
afternoon. What are you? What?"
but yeah, the popular thing to do in the console wars right now is to find, because games right now are beautiful just about anywhere you play them.
Mhm.
Uh, but the thing to do is to take a beautiful game and zoom in and find some shit that looks fucked up. So like Ratchet and Clank, one of the best looking games I ever played in my life. They found like the one bush in the game that doesn't react when you walk into it,
I've
that
seen
doesn't
that
like
bush.
sway with your feet. And they were like, look at this fucking unreact. Of course the game looks good. Look at this stupid shit. Nothing in the world reacts to your movement. And so Horizon is finally the game that nothing in it can you find a visual flaw. So they're just like, they made this lady have fuzz on her face because Sony wants to turn all the frogs gay. So
Look how fucking hairy this woman is. This is
not
Globo.
knowing that this is probably, I think about Resident Evil Village, and because I guess that gilf is conventionally attractive, everybody was just like ooga booga. But in this, it's like they don't understand that maybe hairy ladies was the creator's intent. Maybe he likes hairy ladies. I don't know. She's not like uniquely hairy.
When in the game am I gonna be so close to Aloy that I'm inside her pores?
When you go in photo mode and then you zoom
Mm.
in with field of view, and then you also take a picture of that on your phone and then you zoom in on that,
I'm gonna hit you with a
that's when you'll
fact.
see.
I have never used photo mode in any game. I
Why
didn't even
not?
use photo mode in Pokemon Snap.
Oh,
I just threw apples at people.
legend. Bro, you got to swing that camera around. You got to look at all the little details and whatnot. That's what I do anyway.
I'm here to play a game. I got my boots on.
I feel you.
I want to play a video game.
That's funny. I actually was thinking about that today. So I use photo mode a lot in Naughty Dog games, and I used it a little bit in Final Fantasy VII Remake. Got to look at Cloud's. Got to look at the fuzz on Cloud's face, and
Does he have
but
fuzz
I
on his face?
realized Sifu has photo mode, and I never used it because I was too busy fucking playing that game.
Take a
So
picture. Take a
makes
picture of
sense.
you beating a woman.
Yeah.
Just being like
See,
woman beater.
yeah, that's how you would frame this PlayStation game, of course. Is you just take a screenshot of you beating
Sony
the crap
hates
out of a
women.
lady. Sony hates women. Sony only cares about women. Just whatever agenda you want them to have.
What's the plan today, boys? Throw a dartboard. You just have
What?
hates, loves, men, women, straights, gay. It's just each different one is a different word. I I don't know.
Sick
I'll
of the
watch
gamers, man.
streams.
Sick of the
I'll watch
gamers,
streams on
bro.
Horizon that'll dictate whether I give a shit enough to play it.
I'm gonna have to scope out and see which streamers got it for free and then harass them. Like how'd you how did you come at PlayStation? Did PlayStation come to you?
I I don't even. I liked the story of one, I guess.
It wasn't bad,
It
yeah.
was
It didn't have me
okay.
like hooked, but I like liked what I saw.
I was so sick of playing the game that I didn't do the DLC. I just watched Gigaboots play the DLC.
I have the DLC but didn't play it.
I felt like I got a better experience because I didn't have to touch the game
Hell yeah, man.
because I was so tired of playing the game.
Absolutely. I remember like in some of the caves later in the game, I wasn't disinterested in the story, but I wasn't like I said, I wasn't super interested in it. And just like the caves are usually like story dumps, and I was just like sprinting through like holograms and shit. Like they're like
God. Today I had an apple. It was a cool apple. Oh, there's no more apples. For 5 hours.
so yeah,
Just
they're like expecting me to stand there and listen to it, but it's like cutting off and Aloy's like talking over it because I'm just sprinting to the next objective.
oh fuck. I I thought we were. I'm an idiot. I saw the giant snake dragon and I was like, oh shit, we're going to China.
You told me that, yeah,
And
which is really funny.
and then I looked at the cover art and I was like, wait a minute, that's the Golden Gate Bridge. Why are we in California?
Forbidden West, she went a long way west. She went a long way west and she
Yeah,
made it to China.
she just like walked. Ugh. That was what I was thinking. I was like, oh shit, we're on a whole new continent. That's kind of cool.
She got a robot Lapras
Because I saw
and just
elephants. I think.
sailed over.
I think elephants and the dragon is what I saw.
There was
So
a
I was
robot
like, oh,
elephant
we're
for
in
sure.
Asia now. That's cool.
That makes complete sense. You get the right vibes.
No, just like no, she's in the valley. She's gonna come back with blonde hair and addiction to Starbs, a crippling Starbucks addiction.
It's funny because Horizon sold well, but I feel like if I said like, "Did you like Horizon?" to just like any normie,
Oh, they
they'd be
love
like,
it.
"What the fuck are you talking
No, they
about?"
love it. They love it. I've done
Really?
this. I've done this.
Wow.
I was like, did you like
I feel like
Horizon? I was like, yeah, I
I'm
loved it.
also just weirdly surrounded by Xbox people, but yeah, I feel like I haven't heard anybody in real life like off the internet mention this game ever. And they made like a Lego set out of it, and I'm like, is this really like a cultural touchstone? Is Horizon a thing now?
I don't mean to insult people, but the people that liked it genuinely don't tend to read a lot. So like
Hmm.
post-apocalyptic stories that aren't zombie related are like new to them, and they're like, oh.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is just
I guess I do I have to give them credit, I guess, at least that she is more unique than most other female protagonists at this point. I was thinking about like whether she's like iconic and like you can make Lego sets of this shit. And it's like, yeah, I guess she's just like another white lady, but she has like orange hair and like old clothes and a bow and arrow.
spoilers. She's the first cloned female protagonist.
Ah, yes. And then every other female protagonist now, I'm thinking of like Laura Croft now, Jill Valentine. It's all like tank top, black jeans. It's
Yes.
just the way we go now.
Do
It
you
makes sense.
remember?
That's
Do you
very
remember?
basic.
I have never recovered from this, which is probably why one of the reasons I hate Horizon as much as I do. Do you remember the bow plague of the mid 2000s?
I do. I do.
Every goddamn video game had a bow.
All of them.
Every
All
single fucking one, and they had to show it on the cover art.
first person or third person as well. It was not
Tomb Raider, Tomb Raider 2, Tomb Raider 3, Crisis 3.
Crisis 3 on
Why
the
did
cover, yes.
Crisis have a bow?
The Last of Us has a bow. It wasn't made that prominent, but it does have a
It
bow.
had a bow. Everything had
For
a fucking
all the Far Cries, and it was pretty popular in that for a
Far Cry.
stealth
Yep,
weapon.
Far Cry. That was one of the first ones. Far Cry
Far Cry
3.
3. Yeah.
and Horizon came out, and I saw a lady with a bow, and I just instinctively was like, no, get
It's
back
like
in
the
there.
opposite of the good game tropes. It's like all bad games got a bow and arrow.
It's just like I'm sick of bows. Get the fuck. Just like I was sick of bald white men in seventh gen. I'm
Understandable.
just like, stop,
I was
please.
totally tired of the standard like relatable milk toast American white dude protagonist, but there is a chart. It's a really bad chart that somebody made that has Max Payne, Alan Wake, and York from Deadly Premonition on there, and Chris Redfield. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Those are all good characters.
Yeah, it's like those aren't m- military dude bros. Like even Chris, like falling into that category, maybe an RE5 is still already so established that he doesn't fit here. But then also Max Payne, it's like what? The Nora detective dude?
If
I don't
Max
know.
Payne hadn't shaved his head, he would not have been on that list.
You're damn right.
He shaved his
And
head bald and got put on there.
I think the photo of him might have actually been haired,
Oh, well, then that's bullshit because Max Payne's cool.
right?
That man's been through some shit.
Also, just I love putting York on there. Imagine having Dale Cooper on a list of the most like
Fuck
boring
you.
protagonists.
Fuck you. Cooper and York are both treasures.
Absolutely.
Horse shit. I will hear nothing else. That's upsetting. Fuck that. Fuck that chart.
Fuck that chart. Fuck that list. For sure.
All right. What was there else? Was there anything else? Did we get everything? Oh, I want to talk about Infernax. That game's fucking cool.
That's my favorite Pokemon.
Infernax is a Castlevania esque 2D adventure RPG thing. It's like you're on an adventure and you have choices about like, do you spare this man? Do you kill this man? And it's a branching adventure.
Ooh.
And the gameplay is really solid Castlevania esque.
I watched the trailer for this, but I wasn't paying too much attention, but I thought it looked interesting.
I watched somebody stream it for like 3 hours and I put it on my wish list immediately. It's like this game
I
looks
think I
fucking
actually I'll have
sick.
to check it out. So that there's that Dare Drop thing, that website that
Mm-hmm.
gave me unsighted, and if you play it and you do the certain things, they give you keys to the other stuff. I need to see if the keys that are rewarded from that are for it instead of other games.
That'd be
Because
cool.
if that's the case, I will do it and I will do one of those dares so I could give you one.
That would be
Because the
fucking
game does look
sick.
awesome.
It's really cool. I was really impressed by it.
You've got me more interested now. I saw the trailer and I was just like, this does not look like your. I see like an indie game trailer now and it's 2D and I'm just like, it's
You
one
see
of those.
2D sprites and you're like, what the fuck ever? What else we got?
But then I saw like gore and I was like, there's some of those now. There's like blasphemous and there's like Slade or Slain or
Yeah,
whatever.
no, this isn't a
But
Souls like. It's a
but it had a different
Castlevania.
vibe. It had a
It's a
much
very
different vibe.
cool. Retro Island Gaming was playing it, and when he plays a game that's come out recently, it's usually a good time.
That's when you know you're in for one.
Yeah, because I saw him playing, I was like, what the fuck? What's he doing playing this? And I watched it. I was like, this is awesome. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. Did you have anything else?
Trying to think. I don't the PlayStation Plus games kind of suck this month?
Oh, they're fucking terrible. You get UFC
Okay,
4,
UFC 4, Planet
Tiny
Coaster.
Tina's, whatever the fuck. Not the new one, the old one.
That's what, yeah. So, and
Which
some Borderlands standalone DLC. So, yeah, just a reminder to everybody out there: go get your free garbage
it's
to
bad.
add to your library.
It's bad. It's
You got to
not
stock
good.
up in case maybe one day after the zombie apocalypse, you've played your entire backlog, and then there's no more new games to play, and the internet's down, so you can't download anymore,
Don't
and
play
you just
UFC
need
4
these.
still. Still don't play UFC 4.
I do like the idea of like taking value away from these games. I feel like when I download these games, if they're bad, that I'm stealing. I'm just like, yeah, I wouldn't have paid for that shit.
See,
Like
I feel like I'm being robbed, conversely. Like, why did you put that on my system? Are you kidding me? Give that back.
you can do the thing where you redeem it as in you claim it and it is now your
No,
license, so
that's
you don't put
no,
it on your
that's too
system.
much. I don't want that on my list. People will think I have
Maybe
shit taste.
form of maybe it's a form of protest. I wonder if like it would send a message to PlayStation if people didn't even bother to redeem a
I
specific game.
I hope so because that's what I'm doing.
Like what if I went in there and claimed Coaster even though I'm not incredibly excited about that either, but did not claim UFC and Tiny Tina's as to be like, I don't want those.
I hope they look at that genuinely,
Maybe
because
they were.
that's why I do it. I'm like, I don't want this fucking game, and I would like you to know that I don't want this fucking game.
I should organize this. I should let people know. It's like if there's a game on there that's ass, don't even take it for free.
Thanks, don't bother, is what I say. Keep it.
Because they have to presumably be paying for these games, and I wonder if when we get a month that is shitty games, if they just didn't have the funds. If they're like these are the only things we could scrounge up for $100,000.
I got $5. I'm giving Terraria again, and which Terraria is a good
Again,
game. I'm not besmirching Terraria, but Terraria is like $2 regularly.
yeah, giving out a free game that you're essentially paying the cost of like actually giving it to that many people.
The
Two
Godfall, the
bucks.
Godfall maneuver they did us on.
They couldn't even get full Godfall. Randy was bargaining hard on that one, buddy. Pitchford was like, "You won't ever take this whole game alive."
And he gave us the only part of the game that's worth playing, which was the end game.
So weird. That Deep Rock Galactic Persona 5 Strikers month is really just like a thank you.
Finally.
At least one good month, eh?
It's like after you've been eating slop in the mess hall for a month, they give you like a little cheesecake.
Hell yeah.
Here you go. And you're like,
I'll take it.
Start crying. Start crying, breaking down.
But yeah, I don't know that I have anything else. I'm trying to think. I'm sitting here looking at this PlayStation 1 music video, and it's just all the Ape Escape monkeys smiling at me. And I don't know if it's helping me recall what I wanted to say or if it's distracting me from it. It's probably distracting. It's probably not. I probably didn't have anything to say about the Ape Escape monkeys. So I think I've said my piece.
Rip Ape Escape.
Rip. Rest in power, Ape Escape.
Goodbye. All right. Later, everybody. Thank you for coming out. Does this work?
Thank you.
This is experimental. Bear with me.